Greetings, health and happiness to you. I'm Skol, and today we're going to look at the Remette Camel. This is a new offering in 2026. It's currently March 2026, and about a month ago these started coming out. It's called the Camel by Remette, and it's a very nice new budget banger offering, coming in at only $37 list, but they've been running aggressive couponing campaigns ever since it came out. So you could get these for $33, which is what I did. And I've been trying to cut back on budget blades. Instead of buying so many budget blades, kind of buy less budget blades and save up and reach up for some premiums a little bit more often. So I'm trying to do that, but this was such a nice budget offering. I ended up getting 2 of them, but they've also gotten even more aggressive with the couponing. So now these are down to $30. And why would they be doing that? I think they know they have the best budget banger offering of 2026, so I think they're just trying to lock it in and sell them out. So I think this Copper Dune version is sold out now, and I think they're trying to push the rest of them, selling them out only $30. They're going to disappear quick, and I don't know if they're going to restock. They probably will, but for some reason, they want their first batch to sell out quick, and they're pushing them out with aggressive couponing. So that's your game. Go see if you can grab one before they're sold out. Currently running at $30, but even at $37, this is a great budget banger offering. So I'm going to declare it as the current reigning champion of 2026. Here's a laurel wreath crown, and we got the Remette Camel is the current budget banger of 2026 reigning champion. There's a lot of the year left, so we'll see if anybody can dethrone it. But we've got a leading contender here. So we talked about price. Let's do some budget comparisons, or size comparisons. So here's what you get in the box. You get a very nice box, and this kind of reminds me of the Jack Wolf style. Jack Wolf has a black box with silver writing, and that is very similar. But Jack Wolf is a premium brand, and this is a budget brand. So you're getting a pretty nice box. And all that comes with it is a gray microfiber cloth and the knife. So you're not getting a whole lot of bells and whistles, but that is a pretty nice box for a budget knife. Size comparisons. Let's do the Spyderco Sage 5, which has a 3-inch blade. You can see those are pretty close. And let's do the Paramilitary 2. Let's do a Spidey Flick. This has a 3.5-inch blade, so you can see we're right in the middle there, so we're in a good EDC blade size range. Looks like it's a little bit closer to the Sage 5 3-inch size. We'll do a couple more quick size comparisons. How about the Bastide Raccoon? This is the Raccoon 2.0 in the Bowie clip point. Pretty similar size to that too. And then another Remette offering. This is called the Remette Rhino, which is another great budget knife. Around $35. So similar materials, G10, D2. And why is the new one better than the old one? Well, there's a couple upgrades. We'll start with the filler tab. So on a budget knife, getting a filler tab, and then instead of a front flipper, most people have more trouble with front flippers. Now you're getting a regular flipper, so that's an improvement. And then this is a front flipper, which I can't do very good, but let's see if I can do it. Almost. But the studs work good. If you like studs, maybe you like the Rhino better. But another improvement is on the Rhino. They had the Remette on the blade, but now with the new one, they've gotten rid of the writing and they put it on the logo on the pivot instead. So isn't that a nice pivot logo for Remette? That is a nice upgrade. And then both of these are liner locks, which you can actuate like a normal liner lock on the Rhino and on the Camel. But it's also got the button, which is attached to the liner. So after you open it, you can close it with the button, which pushes the liner in. And same thing on the Rhino. So thumb stud, close it with the button which pushes the liner in. So that is some very nice opening and closing action and options. And what's one reason you might like this Rhino better? It does have a black wash blade, which I do like better. I like a black wash instead of a coating. So black wash, and if you prefer studs, you might like the Rhino better as well. So that's another G10 D2 offering available. Very nice Rhino. I've had this on my queue to do. I hadn't gotten to it yet, but now we're moved up to the Camel since it's the new one and it's a little bit better. So I moved it to the front of the queue. So let's look at some specific size comparisons now. Actual stats. So here we're getting 3¼ inch blade length, and your cutting edge, you do have a choil. Up to that choil you're getting 2¾ inches of cutting edge, and then your overall length 7�3/8 overall length, and then your handle length is 4 inches, but the part that you actually put your fingers on looks like 3�3/8 inches. You do get plenty of real estate. It's got a finger choil. You can get all 4 fingers on in the normal grip, but you also have this choke up. You can do a trigger pull there. That feels nice, and you have jimping up on top of the blade, so that feels nice to choke up like that. Or you can get your full 4 fingers on the handle. Reverse grip feels nice. You can put your thumb over the top. Feels nice in all these different grips. You can put your pinch and finger forward for a utility cut. That all feels nice. Good ergonomics, good action, good close action with the button. I like that little ting. Did you hear that? I'll try to do that again. So hear that ting? That's when the blade hits the stop bar underneath. Now with a liner lock, you do get lock up against the heel with the liner, but it also has a stop pin. So let's check out our stop pin. Good stop pin construction along with the heel engaged with the full liner lock. So that is good, strong construction, good thick liners. So we've got good strength. We have 2 standoffs, which you can see, 2 standoffs. And there's also a lanyard pin. So that pin adds some stability, but that's mainly just to hold a lanyard, that one in the middle. And it's recessed so that you'll keep your string away from the blade. So when the blade's down in there, you have enough clearance to keep the blade away from the lanyard. So that's good standoff construction. And as we said, reversible pocket clip that's also recessed. Pretty deep carry. So that's all nice. And then we got the nice logo. We got the nice button actuated. You can open and close just with the button if you want. So just press the button down, swing it open, and it's a liner lock, which is one of the stronger types of lockups. So that's good. I love liner locks. I love flipper tabs. I love being able to close with that button. That's why Camel is so good. I kind of wish they named it the Cool Camel, because they have some other knives that Remette does. They add the cool to it. Like they have a cool leopard model, and they have a cool whale model, and I think they have some other ones they called cool. But if they would have called this one the Cool Camel, then it would have reminded me of this guy. So my video is rated R now for smoking. But this is the Camel mascot, Joe Cool, the camel. Reminds me of that guy. So this other one has kind of desert copper dunes colors. So I actually have named this one is my Joe Cool Camel. So I gave this one a nickname. Now let's do the weight. Turn on the thing. Ting. And we're getting 3.88 ounces. So that is right in the EDC acceptable weight range. Not too heavy. So it's not lightweight, not heavy. It's right in your EDC weight range. And then let's get a stock thickness, which I'm pretty sure is 0.11 inches, but we'll double check it. Give it a tear. And I'm getting 0.115. Let's check it down a little bit lower. 0.1145. Let's check it up here again. 0.1145, so round up to 0.115. That's what we're getting for a stock thickness. That's a little bit thicker than I thought it was. Let's check the gold one and see if it's the same. 0.114, and check it up here. 0.1145. So yeah, 0.115 is what we're getting for stock thickness. And I do like my stock thickness on normal EDC knives to be about 0.12. That's a pretty standard. And I don't like it when they make thin, especially when it gets below 0.1. So this is a good stock thickness, and it maintains its thickness out here before the bevel starts. And then that's a nice shape. Wharncliffe, modified Wharncliffe we'll call it. And we got our trigger pull choil, which also acts as a nice sharpening choil. And we got stop pin for nice stop pin and liner lock construction. And we got another pin here, which is your stop pin on the close. That's what gives you that ting. We got, let's look at the other side. So here's the other side of our pivot with a T8 on the pivot. I need my glasses. I can't tell. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's T8. I'm not gonna go get, what I'll do is I'll put a text if it's not T8. I'll check it. I don't have my screwdriver right next to me, but I believe that's T8. So T8, that's nice when they are going to all T8 construction. So they're right on top of all the trends. The market wants more button actuated liners, top liners or regular liners. I actually, I love liners and button actuated liners. Instead of plunge locks, we want liners actuated by buttons. And that's what the market's been saying. That's what I want. And that's what we're getting. So right on top of all the trends, Remette T8 button actuated liners. They're doing all the right things, and they've got a great budget value offering here. So there's no reason to go any longer. I think we've gone through the entire review. This is definitely highly recommended and probably the leading budget banger of 2026. So go see if you can get them before they sell out. Hopefully they'll come back in stock, because this is a great knife for the knife community in the budget range. I think everyone should get a Camel and get one of these, and you can name yours Joe Camel, Joe Cool Camel, like I did. So I'm Skol. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the review. Try to get a Camel. Highly recommended. Best budget banger of 2026. And remember, always carry a knife.